Yo, everybody, and welcome to Bevs with the Best, the show where I get the best guests, they pick the best bev, and we have the best sesh. And today, I'm here with one of the best. Introduce yourself.
What's going on? I'm Zoot. I like make pictures with spaghetti and pasta,
Right.
and I glue it to the paper.
But we know you're the best, but what's the bev today?
Today we got the lemon crush. I think this is from Mexico.
Okay. Yeah, no, It has
Yeah.
some, Spanish, on it.
Yeah, you gotta get the glass. Like if you like a soda, you have to at least once try the Mexican version in the glass
Literally.
bottle. 'Cause
Mexican
it's made
Coke?
with real sugar. It's way worse for you. So fire.
Nah, Mexican Coke is shoot, bro. I
Mexican
need
Coke
to
is
get some.
all the rage in Seattle. People love that shit. I drink Coke Zero normally. Like I drink zero sugar because I drink a lot of soda, so I'll drink the zero sugar shit.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm traveling. I had to get the super goopy goop.
The goop.
Yeah,
The
like give me some goop when I'm out of town.
Right, exactly. Wait, we gotta open it though.
Oh yeah,
I've
for
never
sure.
even used one of these. I'm not.
Nah, I'll show you. Wait, you've actually never used one of these before? Like you never drank beer, no shit?
Nah, my parents will usually open it.
Oh.
That shit's fire. That's what
It's the
Sprite
truth.
thinks it tastes like.
No, yeah, this is like the guy that Sprite gets cucked by. Like
Yeah.
like Sprite be sitting in the chair in the corner of the room for this shit.
Wait, what made you choose? Oh, just being on vacation.
I mean, what made me choose is I was like, I've never tried a lemon crush, and like
Right.
I'm definitely a citrus guy.
Really?
Like I be other than vapes, I don't really fuck with like citrus vapes. They never get it right. But like for most anything that has like fruit flavors, I'll try the citrus flavors like the lemon, the lime,
Right.
the orange. But
Lemon cake is gas.
dude, yeah, I
Yeah.
just had a lemon pound cake the other day at Starbucks on the fucking when I was at the airport. That shit is
It be bussin'. Shout out to the crush. I mean, Zoot, of all the guests that have been on this show, you're someone that I've known honestly the longest.
yeah.
You've been in the game for so many years. Why haven't you given up?
Oh, that's an awesome question. I figured out very early on that like music is what I love doing. Even if it wasn't rap beats, even if it wasn't like beats or music specifically, I would still be doing music in some way or another. So like when I found my footing a little bit, when I realized like, oh, I kind of have like an ear for this shit, like in middle school and high school, like I knew early on this is like what I want to do. Even if it didn't work out, it was like I was, up late on school nights, like not doing my homework to make beats and shit and missing out on like, seeing my family or like seeing friends and shit as much.
Right.
The reason I haven't given up is like almost on some sunk cost fallacy. Like I've like put too much into it to give up, but it's also like I just know that it's like what I love doing. I'm gonna die doing it.
That's the best answer you could have gave. Like when you can't stop thinking about something, like it doesn't have to be something creative. Like when you literally wake up and do you imagine beats in your head?
Bro, it's gonna sound funny, but yes, definitely. I'll be in the shower and I'll hear a full beat in my head. You ever had some shit come to you in a dream, like a song come to you in a dream that doesn't exist yet?
Yeah.
It's shit like that. I'll have to like wake up and put my voice memos on and just hum shit and try and like capture the idea.
The shower is also like my place where I come up with everything. Like I'll be in the shower like 30 minutes, like just imagining everything.
Yeah.
How long have you been producing? Because when I met you, you were already going.
Yeah. So,
2018.
Yeah. So 2012, I was 12 years old. It was my 12th birthday. My uncle brought over a flash drive, plugged it into my computer, and set up FL Studio 7. And so that summer, like, I really just, like, started messing around with it and shit. And, yeah, that summer, like, I wasn't outside a whole lot because Washington, like, the summers didn't used to be very sunny.
Right.
So it was like there was a lot of weekends and a lot of days during that summer I was just inside like fucking around on FL. So it's been like almost 13 years now. On my birthday, It'll be 13 years.
Bro, what? FL7? I've never even heard that existed. Like, what?
Yeah, bro. Because you'll hear people talk about, like, oh, FL10 or FL11, like, about those are being, like, those are, like, the goated ones, like, the best versions or whatever.
Right.
Like, they don't know about FL7.
what was, like, the stock plugins like? Or, like, it's just the same shit?
Yeah, some of them. So, a lot of them are newer. Like, Flex and shit are all newer. But you still had Citrus and 3X and, like... Damn, I don't even remember, honestly. It's been so long. I think they still had Gross Beat on FL7. I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Maybe not.
Could you cook up on that right now?
Oh, I probably could, honestly.
Like something good?
Definitely could, yeah.
Damn, bro. Holy. What was, like, the early stuff sounding like? Like, what'd you want it to?
Ooh, I was really going for, like the old Bones like Team Sesh sample beats. Like I would take like ambient shit and try and do like the Cat Soup, like like that kind of stuff.
But that was also just the product of the time.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
2012.
And that's what I was really into at the time.
Is there like producer inspirations other than that though?
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
First and foremost though, it's the obvious ones. It's like Mike Will, Zaytoven, like excuse me, like DJ Mustard, like, and I'm talking about from back then, like the early 2010 shit they were doing.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, bro, if I had to point to like a couple producer inspirations. Ooh, I gotta think about this. I gotta choose my words carefully. There's so many.
Yeah. Then maybe actually, like, what's like some non-producer inspirations for what you got going on?
That's a great question, bro. I like to listen to like ambient stuff and like emo stuff. Like as far as non-rap stuff goes, like I'll mainly be listening to like indie or emo stuff from like early 2000s. 90s and shit. Like Snowing is one of my favorite bands. Guided by Voices.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Like I would say, and this probably goes into another question you're gonna ask, but I'll just dip into it a little bit. Like the best thing for inspiration is to go outside of the scope of what you're making. Like pull from other genres. Listen to some shit that's like that like you're not trying to recreate.
Yes, literally. Like I think I said this on the show before, but my favorite artist, he said in an interview one time that the best music like the way he makes the best music is because he doesn't listen to what he makes.
Yeah, exactly.
The same genre. Because you're instantly going to just pull from...
That's factually proven. Sorry, let me interrupt you.
No, you're good. No, you go first.
That's factually proven, too, because whenever I really started going crazy in, like, 2023 and in the last couple years, like, that was when I was mainly listening to, like, emo and indie and, like, old grunge and alt rock and shit. Like that was when I was like listening to less rap, was when I was making the best like rap beats that I ever made. Right.
It just makes you like think outside of the box.
Yeah, it's a different perspective. You get more of a you get all these different like rhythms and different like I don't know, just different ideas in general. Because a lot of the like rap adjacent stuff, it's like if you're listening to all of the same sort of stuff you're trying to make, it's all gonna come out very derivative towards the end. Like,
yeah, exactly. And what term do you like to use to describe the music you make?
Oh, that's a hard one. Because if I was
hood trap is fucking crazy,
bro. I don't know who coined that, but I do not call that. I do not call it that. I would if I was to speak as vague and broad as possible to kind of encapsulate what it is I make, I would say I'm in the more like pop rap kind of category. But if we're talking subgenres, there's a million names for the same stuff. I don't know if you could assign any of those really to all of what I make.
Yeah, I've always just thought this was rap. everything, like when they said
Definitely.
digicore, when they said high, like, because it's just like there's so much layers to rap that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's just like this is just the next step for rap.
Yeah.
At the fundamental core of everything that's going on, you're still making the same type of beats they were making. It's just evolved. It's just evolved.
Exactly. It all kind of like comes down to being rap or pop, and that's fine. Like that's not to minimize it or oversimplify it. That's just at its root. That's what a lot of this music is, and that's okay. Not everything has to be like, oh, we just made a new genre. Did I just single-handedly create a new genre? We don't have to do all that.
What year do you think like you broke through?
People started probably hearing and noticing what I was doing in 2023. But I would say personally where I hit that breakthrough was 2022, because that was when I had stopped drinking and shit and had kind of gotten my life together in a lot of different ways. And so I would say everything started to coming together for me in 2022, like the second half of 2022. I started making beats every single day again. I started like pulling inspiration from other music, like I was talking about, and I just started reconnecting with people again and like really putting in the effort, because I've always been making music, but there was a time period where when I was drinking and stuff and where I was like working this shitty job that I wasn't making music very often, and and it wasn't like the kind of music I wanted to make. But yeah, short answer, 2022 for sure.
And do you think a lot about like pre that era, pre 2023? Like, are you thinking about 2019? 18?
I think about my friends from that time. Yeah, there's a lot of people I don't talk to anymore that I met around that time. But like as far as the music I was making, nah, not really.
Yeah, like the shit now is lit.
Yeah, and like I appreciate the stuff I was making back then, and like it's cool. It has its place. Like it served its purpose as far as being, you know, a step into what would eventually become what I'm doing now. But nah, I don't really think about that, honestly. I forget a lot of that stuff happened.
Yeah,
it's a different time in my life.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some songs by, what was the first song I heard by you, like you produced?
Oh,
I would say maybe that Chris Too Easy Nova Gang.
Oh yeah, that was one of the first songs I made with Nova. Yeah,
I would say that.
Yeah, that whole era. I just forget a lot of that stuff, 'cause there was a lot of music made around that time, and probably only half of that stuff ever came out.
Yeah, but like a standout song from that time, of course, is Stuff Remix. When's the last time you listened to that?
Oh, the last time I listened to that, I think it was like probably 2021. Yeah.
Really? Like when?
Yeah.
Dang.
Like around the time period. I don't really go back and listen to that stuff because I just get it. No, I don't really go back and listen to the music from that time a whole lot, because I just like it wasn't my favorite beats I was making.
Yeah. What? Not even Omegle?
Omegle's classic. I come back to that one every once in a while. That's different. But like, Omegle is a very like concise song. I think it's a good representation of what I made at that time.
My 3 favorite old songs that you prod: Seizure by Waze.
Oh, that's a good one.
That beat is OD.
Yeah, there's some classics.
And then Self-Destruction with Waze with you and Keyblade. I don't know if you remember.
Did that even ever come out?
It was like, I am distraction. I turn nothing to something.
Oh,
you and Waze would be snapping.
No, I forgot about that song. Yeah, that's because that one got striked down like a month after it came out or some shit.
Yeah. Damn, all my favorite shit with you is with Waze.
Bro,
I'm not gonna lie.
And during that time, so many songs were getting striked down. Like the Stuff Remix, the reason why that's not on my page is because someone striked down a bunch of songs with Waze's name on it, and that got striked down, and I couldn't get it like put back up on my account. They like everybody else got all their appeals except for me. That shit was crazy.
And then the re-upload has 1 million, and you're just like, fuck this song.
Collecting no money on it, but that's fine. Like, I was mad about that back then though. I was like, bro, why can some random page have it up and I can't?
Yeah. And then like
what the fuck? I own the rights to the song and I can't have it up.
And then like also like Shut Up by Curtains. That's just such a random collab.
Yeah, that's classic.
Said,
it wasn't
shut
that
up.
random of a collab. We were all like in the same friend group.
Yeah. No, but like if that was to happen now, it'd be a little random.
No, definitely. But just the scene was so much smaller back then. I hate to say the scene, but that community itself was so much smaller at that time.
It made sense at the time.
Yeah, that little corner of the internet, like, you know, the whatever you want to call it, digicore, whatever the hell, like, that was all like a tight knit community at the time. Which now, what it is now, is so huge. It's crazy to me to think.
Every day I see someone new.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy to me to think that, like, oh, LeBron and his son are like listening to songs that I produced in the car.
When's the last time you felt the impact of something you produced?
I mean, I'd say those are two separate questions. I'd say as far as the impact goes, I feel the impact of it damn near every day. Yeah, like shit has just gone so far outside of the little niche that like my dad is like sending me YouTube shorts where he's like, yo, I just heard this with your beat on it, and my dad's YouTube shorts algorithm is like random shit. Like, it's not what you would think you'd hear, you know, Nett and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But as far as what songs have that same impact when they dropped, I'd say Model Sex and the Fuck CPS one. Because I'm just really proud of those beats and the verses Nett gave on those songs.
Yeah, little bitch, I'm hot like I'm sex.
Yeah, like bro, that Model Sex beat. A lot of times producers will talk about like, oh, the rappers always pick the beats we're like least proud of. That is not the case for me on those beats, because that Fuck CPS beat, that Speaker Knockers inspired stuff, was one of my favorite beats I've ever gotten placed. And like the Model Sex beat was like me trying some like strange, weird sounding shit. Like it's like objectively sounds like grating and weird, and it's really fire to me. Like I still love that beat. I'll listen to just that beat sometimes.
Yeah, I like the trumpets that come in.
Yeah,
like, it's
bro.
So
the
hard.
Fans hated that snippet when it first dropped.
You always have like an unorthodox way of starting your beats. I like love how they come in like yo comes in perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, we got that. It's the elephant in the room, bro. We got to talk about Lil Nett. They be talking down on Nett, but they don't know who next. What? Come on, where are the racks at? How did it happen? How did it happen?
So the way that it happened is so my bro Jack had did a song with him earlier in 2023, and then my bro Zootsy had been making songs. Shout out Zootsy. We'll get to that. Me and Zootsy are not the same person. We'll get to that though.
For sure.
But I had this song with Zootsy, and he sent the open to Nett, and they made that Where the Racks At song. That was the first song me and Nett ever made together. Mm-hmm. And then after that, me and Nett just locked in crazy, because he was like, yo, like I need these beats from you. And we made fun of you. And then he was like, nah, like you need to send me hella more stuff like this. And after Funny You came We Not Like You, and then Drank, and then all those other songs I had with him at that time. Everything happened really fast, and it was very much just like, oh, this is working, let's keep doing that. Yeah. And a lot of people, like, I feel like that's where Nett really did well for himself at that time, is he saw what was working. You know, him and the people around him saw what was working, and they kept doing it. Yeah. You know, people are always like, oh, I hate my biggest song, I don't want to make stuff like that. When really it's like, oh, this is what's working. Like, just keep doing that. Keep expanding on that.
Yeah. What is Model Sex your favorite with him?
Ooh, see, that's hard, because I love those songs for different reasons. I feel like a lot of those beats are like they're my favorite for different reasons. Mm-hmm. But if it's tied between Fuck CPS and Model Sex. Really? Yeah.
That's crazy, because those are like my two least favorites.
What would you say is your favorite? And if you say We Not Like You, this video's over. Fake ass fan.
I'm gonna go with I'm not gonna lie, None But Nett.
Oh no! Wait, that's up there too. That's one of my favorites too.
Like that. If that was really the intro, that would have been like album of the year, bro.
Yeah, no, that song is probably up there. Honestly, I'll change. Model Sex and None But Nett are probably tied, and honestly, None But Nett takes it, Because I always forget that song exists because it leaked on some random shit. That was
This
going to
the
be his
fucking
next
Nett
drop.
tape,
And it like leaked.
But like like normal on the page, funny, like
Yeah, no, that one.
he said I'm with Zoot up in the like he said roll it. Actually, I lied. I really like that one. His name in my phone is literally roll another. But okay, I really feel like None But Nett. I'll give a 3 since you gave a 3. I'm gonna say None But Nett is probably number 3. I'm gonna go number 2. I'm gonna go. I also like I'm fucking up the game. I get the most hate.
Most hated is really good too.
And then
see, that's what I mean. It's hard for me to pick a favorite because I love all those songs for different aspects.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Yo number 1 though.
Yeah,
that's my favorite beat. I don't know if it's my favorite song, but that beat is just
you
like,
know the sample for that, right? A lot of people don't
Missing
realize
Person.
it's a sample.
I'm
Yeah,
a missing person.
that's Blade best project, non-debatable. We don't have to talk about it. No room for debate. Ever since best Blade project of all time.
I'm like thinking about it. I think Funny is up there, but I just fuck with None But Nett. Like it's just so fucking
It's so
evil.
swaggy.
Yeah, it's just like his evil. Like he's talking his shit. Like
yeah,
back in like fuck going fish. Like he went crazy, bro. He went crazy. But yeah, in the recent years, like I feel like you have such a distinct sound. Like I really like. I don't know. It's just so different. Like I couldn't even describe it with words, but it just sounds like cinematic or like off the walls. Like
I definitely get the cinematic more often than not.
Cause it's like a cartoon. Like it literally feels like you're just watching a cartoon in
Yeah.
your ears. Like it's like it's just fucking crazy. What beat are you just like? Nah, I would honestly say Model Sex. I was gonna say like, what beat would you show someone you've never heard your music?
Oh, I would answer that differently. What beat would I show?
I would
someone who's never heard
if
my
it was
music?
me,
That's a good
I would
question.
show Model Sex to people to describe your sound.
Ooh, yeah, honestly. That's probably a good that or fuck CPS. I feel like are very representative of my sound for sure. Cause like what a lot of the fans of Nett like seem to not understand is that like if you were to just hear We Not Like You, like that's not 100%. That's not 100% the way to describe my sound by just off that song.
Right.
I would say that like if you were to pick one that encapsulates it entirely, it's probably between Model Sex and
CPS.
and CPS, yeah.
They just think that to make a zoot type beat, you just go like that little sound.
Yeah. And I would say as advice to other producers and shit, like obviously at first when you're learning, when you're getting your foot in the door and shit, like yeah, definitely learn by recreating stuff. But when you get to a point where you're comfortable with how making a beat goes, like yeah, do stuff that you hear an idea in your head. Do stuff that comes from your mix of experiences and ideas.
Right.
Like be yourself in your art as best as possible is the best thing I can describe.
That's the most common advice, to be yourself, but I literally think it is just the only answer.
It is. Yeah.
In whatever way that means to you, just do you, bro.
Yeah.
And people
and I
fuck
mean,
with it.
you can make a whole career being somebody else and it might work out, but like I think it's the most productive and the most conducive thing to yourself, like for your own well-being and for your own fulfillment,
right,
is to just be yourself in your art and in your everyday life.
Yeah. And everyone that you surround yourself and you surround yourself by honestly inspire me to like keep being myself, like Jack and Satch.
Yeah,
like they are literally just so them. You know 100%. What I'm saying? Like, tell me a little bit about those two. What do those two mean?
So Jack, Satch, and Safeguard, those are my bros. We all got a house in Seattle. And should I even have that in there?
Bro, it's fucking obvious you all
Okay,
live
yeah,
together.
Okay, we can get rid of them.
Yeah.
Ask the question one more time, my bad.
So it's like Jack and Satch, like, how'd you meet them and what do they mean to you?
Yeah, so like Jack, Satch, and Safeguard, those are like my best friends. We all got a house in Seattle, and like I met Jack like on Twitter. I met him through Hoodwitch, one of my like really good producer friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I just met Jack through like we had made a couple songs together, and then I used to live in a smaller town an hour south of Seattle, and I started coming up to Seattle and stuff, making music, and then in like 2022, 2023, I started going up more and more, and those guys just became my best friends. Like, yeah, they're just super solid people, and they're super themselves, and like the art really shows that, you know, the stuff that all three of those guys make is like, you know, it's them. You can hear, if you've ever met them, like, oh, this is some shit Simon would make, or you see something Satch made or hear something he produced, you're like, oh, that's him, you know?
Yeah.
They're just like easily some of the most solid people I've ever met, and on top of that, some of the most talented people. I'm glad to be around them.
Nah, literally, and y'all all three, like Satch got y'all to help make the Nett stuff. That's fucking awesome, bro. That's just
the tour visuals and stuff for Badass Fucking Kid. Yeah.
And like making, I just am so believer of you just are what you're around. Like you're just around all these people that pop their shit. They're mad locked in. They're mad them. It's like, how can you not be inspired?
Exactly. That's why that works. You know, that dynamic of like us all living together. You know, we're a house of like creatives, and we all kind of inspire each other and motivate each other. You know, because when something good happens for one of us, it happens to all of us.
I love
it.
that.
It lifts all of us up.
Yeah. Is there any Seattle inspirations you have?
It's really just like those guys. It's really just the ones I live with. No disrespect to any of my Seattle people, but like, you know, there was one point when I looked up to Jack and looked up to Safeguard and looked up to Satch before they were my good friends, and like, yeah, it's really just us out there.
No word. And a whole lot of cheese.
You gotta cut that out. You gotta cut that out.
I'm just kidding. But I mean, like, it going from being so internet, us being in like this niche community to Discord to stuff like this, like, what has that transition been like for you? Are you preferring making stuff in person, or are you still like yearn for the Discord?
100% I prefer in person, because like even just from like Jack and Satch and Simon going from being my internet friends to being like my in person like best friends and stuff, like, yeah, I definitely prefer that. And the music, making music in person, like all across the board, every time I've worked with an artist in person versus over the phone and over email, like, it shows in the stuff we make together. The creative chemistry has a place to blossom when it's like you're in the same room with somebody, you know, you're like bouncing off each other's like creative energy.
Literally. Can you think of like your favorite song you've made in person with someone?
Ooh, there's so many. Cause like there reaches a certain point where it's like probably half or more of the stuff I've made with people is like, or more than half of the stuff I've made with people I've made with them in person after a certain point. But if I had to pick one. If I had to pick one, it's some unreleased shit, and you'll hear it soon.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'll tell you about it after the video, but yeah.
And I mean, it's like, I love how everyone's not just one thing. You're like trying a lot of new things, like Pete Deep.
Oh, yeah. You heard about Pete, huh?
Yeah. What's up with that?
Man, like, Pete Deep is just... You know, P Deep is fire. Nah, P Deep is my side project for vocals and stuff.
Cause bitch, I gotta go. Cause I had to go.
Yeah. I mean, so honestly, whenever I started making music, I always wanted to rap. Yeah. And like in my head, I was always like, oh yeah, like I'll learn to produce first, and then eventually I'll rap. and just obviously making beats is what I really love doing, and that's really me. But the rap stuff is fun on the side.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
it's cool to do for fun and stuff. But my passion is really in, you know, producing music even outside of beats. Like I'm gonna eventually score stuff for games and for movies and television.
Yeah, and when you like dropped that song like I'm talking about, it just like it was so fire to me because like but it just the beat sounded like perfect for you.
Yeah,
Like it just sounded natural, even it being like your first song. It was like this is what it would sound like. Like you snapped on that one.
Hey, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Are you talking about the Go one?
Yeah, Go.
Yeah. With You Trippin'. Made that beat.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, but that's what, like, the Nightmare Boys were just too in sync, bro. Like, way too in sync.
Definitely.
Do you, like, want to, like, Nightmare, like, why is it the tat? Like, what's it mean?
So there was a point when Nightmare was a group, and at one point it was me, Jack, Satch, Safeguard, David, You Trippin', Jake Hansen. There was some more at one point or another, but I was mostly the closest with those guys. And then just over time, it things dissolved out of being a group, and I had already established my place being in that group using that tag. So I still use the tag, like it's still a part of me. I have the tattoo. To hold on, will you hold this?
Yeah.
I have the tattoo. And so it's really a part of me at this point. Even if the group is over, it's still something I'm gonna represent and continue to use.
Yeah, you really like turned it up, and all y'all like pushed this whole sound.
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Keep it going. And like, what is a sign for anyone interested in working with you? What do you look for in your collaborators? Why Nett? Like, what stood out, or just like any of these people? Why Zootsy? Why?
It's hard to pinpoint it to one specific thing. If I was to give. So I would say there's two different questions. As far as what I look for, there's not any one thing I look for in a collaborator. It really boils down to like, do I love this? Do I see potential in it? Like, do I see this growing into something that's like next level? And like, or is it next level already?
Right.
And then as far as advice to people that aspire to either be a collaborator of mine or to reach like a stature of that of me and my peers or whatever, any advice I would have for them is just go hard. Like just be consistent, and like whether it's finding your own sound or expanding on a sound that's already there, like just do shit big and do shit next level as best as not even as best as you can, just in general.
Yeah, you can't beat consistency.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're about to get good going that hard, Yeah.
And it might take you forever. It might take a year. For me, it took a long time to find my footing. It took, almost half my life for music to go anywhere. I just always knew, and I stuck with it. And, you'll have people that make music for like 5 years and they give up because they're not like millionaires off it.
Literally, bro. Like, that was my thing with, like, YouTube. Like, when I was a kid, we all have had those, like, YouTube channels we just start out. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed, like, in the grand scheme of things, that was something I've been consistent with all my life. Like, I had, like, 2 or 3 channels. I'm just like, shit, go again. One more time. Third time's the charm. You know what I'm saying? But just consistent. You nailed it. Consistency is just bro. It's just the key.
It definitely is.
And I have these speed round questions that I ask every artist.
Okay.
So, here we go. What is a song by you that you have cried to?
Ooh. Tasteless by Youngster Jack.
Really? Yeah. I don't think I've heard that. Is that a newer one?
No, that's from 2020. That's from the Spread Your Wings project.
Oh, shit. I don't think I heard that one.
Yeah, that one's produced by me, Jack, and Safeguard.
What about it, mate? Is it the actual song?
Yeah,
or the
it's the
memories?
actual song, and the memories are more wholesome than anything. It was just me and Jack and Simon up late as shit in 2020, like working in Simon's dad's old spot. He had like a home studio set up there. Like the memories from that song are good, but just the song itself is very like the first line of that song is "You send me a letter and I burn that shit." Like that song is and I don't even know if the subject matter of the song is all that sad, but like it represents an impending loss.
Right. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang,
That's
I gotta
a good
hear
ass
this
song.
now. I gotta hear that.
Definitely.
What do you think is the most underrated thing you've ever produced?
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, they don't
Shark.
know about DMT Blunt.
Oh yeah.
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 I made 2 really good songs with DMT Blunt, and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
That shit was underrated for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the other stuff I do, it's getting its flowers in one way or another,
Mm-hmm.
Even some of the Jack stuff is a little bit less appreciated than it should be, for real.
But they be fucking with
Like,
it.
Baca actually should have been, like, huge.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, yeah, I would say more than that, the DMT Blunt songs. Because
Yeah.
that dude made, like, 10 insane songs and then just disappeared. I don't even know if he raps anymore under another name or something.
Yeah, I like Shark with Zootsie. That
Oh,
song, I feel like that
that's
one is
a
slept
great
on.
song. That is super
I'm in
slept
this eye.
on. Dude, all of the Zootsie songs I have are low-key slept on.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I never understood, bro. Like,
He's the most underrated.
all the talent could be completely there, and just sometimes it doesn't get picked up the way you'd think it would.
Yeah, literally.
Because Zootsie has it. Like,
Yeah.
Zootsie's 100% there.
Because he made your new tag. So.
Yeah. No, actually, he made... So there's a couple iterations of the tags. The hella autotune zoo, like that one Zootsie, but the zoo that one Tana made.
Really?
Yeah, the one I'm using nowadays is the one Tana made.
Yo.
Yeah, shout out Tana. Shout out Zootsie.
Shout out to Tana.
Shout out everyone that's ever made a tag for me, which is only like less than 5 people. But for real, shout out everyone that made a tag for me.
And I gotta drop it. What's the most overhyped beat? Like a beat you get recognized for, you're like, bruh, like it's really not that fire.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like that stuff is kind of dated to me.
Yeah.
And it's a very like product of 2020
Yeah.
kind of sound. But yeah, like that whole 2020 digicore stuff, like the beats I was making around that time, I wasn't even proud of back then. That's just what was working,
Yeah, for sure.
But as far as what I'm making now, I don't think any of it is overhyped, in my personal opinion. I love that stuff, and I'm glad other people love it too. I'm glad we're able to make music that like resonates with a certain audience.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that audience is bigger now than it was back then or not, like. It's awesome to me. I don't feel any type of like, oh, this is like nowadays what I'm doing. I don't feel like any of it is slept on or like overhyped either.
You're just like happy. You're content.
Yeah,
You're just like, boom.
Well, I would say I'm never content. I'm always hungry for more. I'm always like, I would say comfortable and content are the last words I would describe how I feel about it.
Uh-huh.
But I'm glad where we're headed and where we're at.
Exactly. I love that. That's exactly how I feel. And then we already kind of talked about it. I always ask it, but like, what song would you recommend to people who've never heard your work?
Oh yeah. Probably none but Nett, Model Sex, or Fuck CPS.
Gang.
Yeah.
Anyone you want to shout out before we go?
Shout out Jack. Shout out Safeguard. Shout out Sat. Shout out my boy Riley, who's here with me right now.
All right.
Shout out Dalton. Shout out Rec. And shout out Coods. Shout out Mo. Shout out everyone I've been seeing in New York. Honestly, shout out the whole world. Shout out everyone. If you're my friend, if you hate me, if you love me, If you want to be my friend and we're not friends, yeah, shout out you.
And what can we look out for you in the big 25?
So much. So much. I can't say nothing yet, but so much. The stuff that people are wanting. I'm not going to say nothing directly. The stuff the people are wanting, it's on its way. It's going to be there.
Right.
You're going to see some of it sooner or later.
Well, Zoot, what's the final word?
Ooh, the final word. The final word is be your own person and be great at it. And you know what? Maybe stop and smell the roses or whatever along the way.
Yeah. Yeah.